Read the red and mark. Come out, you evil spirit. What is your name? Go home to your friends and tell them what wonderful things God has done for you and how merciful He has been. Who touched my clothes? Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace, healed of your disease. Don't be afraid. Just trust me. Why all the weeping and commotion? The child isn't dead. She's only asleep. Get up, little girl. A prophet is honored everywhere except in his house, in his town, and among his relatives, and by his own family. Stay at home in each village. Don't shift around from house to house while you are there. And whenever a village will not accept you or listen to you, shake off the dust from your feet as you leave. It is a sign that you have abandoned it to its fate. Let's get away from the crowds for a while and rest. You feed them. How much food do we have? Go and find out. It's all right. It is I. Don't be afraid. You bunch of hypocrites. Isaiah the prophet described you very well when he said, "These people speak very prettily about the Lord, but they have no love for Him at all. Their worship is a farce, for they claim that God commands the people to obey their petty rules." How right Isaiah was. For you ignore God's specific orders and substitute your own traditions. You are simply rejecting God's laws and trampling them under your feet for the sake of tradition. For instance, Moses gave you this law from God: honor your father and mother, and he said that anyone who speaks against his father or mother must die. But you say it is perfectly all right for a man to disregard his needy parents, telling them, "Sorry, I can't help you, for I have given to God what I could have given to you." And so you break the law of God in order to protect your man-made tradition. And this is only one example. There are many, many, many others. All of you listen and try to understand. Your souls aren't harmed by what you eat, but by what you think and say. Don't you understand either? Can't you see that what you eat won't harm your soul? For food doesn't come in contact with your heart, but only passes through the digestive system. For from within, out of men's hearts, come evil thoughts of lust, theft, murder, adultery, wanting what belongs to others, wickedness, deceit, lewdness, envy, slander, pride, and all the other follies. All these vile things come from within. They are what pollute you and make you unfit for God. First, I should help my own family, the Jews. It isn't right to take the children's food and throw it to the dogs. Good. You have answered well, so well, that I have healed your little girl. Go on home, for the demon has left her. Open. I pity these people, for they have been here 3 days and have nothing left to eat. And if I send them home without feeding them, they will faint along the road. For some of them have come a long distance. How many loaves of bread do we have? Certainly not. How many more miracles do you people need? Beware of the yeast of King Herod and of the Pharisees. No, that isn't it at all. Can't you understand? Are your hearts too hard to take it in? Your eyes are to see with. Why don't you look? Why don't you open your ears and listen? Don't you remember anything at all? What about the 5,000 men I fed with 5 loaves of bread? How many baskets of scraps did you pick up afterwards? And when I fed the 4,000 with 7 loaves, how much was left? And yet you think I'm worried we have no bread. Can you see anything now? Don't even go back to the village first. Who do the people think I am? What are they saying about me? Who do you think I am? Satan, get behind me. You are looking at this only from a human point of view and not from God's. If anyone wants to be my follower, you must put aside your own pleasures and shoulder your cross and follow me closely. If you insist on saving your life, you will lose it. Only those who throw away their lives for my sake and for the sake of the good news will ever know what it means to be really alive. And how does a man benefit if he gains the whole world and loses his soul in the process? For is anything worth more than his soul? And anyone who is ashamed of me and my message in these days of unbelief and sin, I, the Messiah, will be ashamed of him when I return in the glory of my Father and with the holy angels.